It makes me feel good that I get to educate people about this condition, because usually they just think like, oh, she shaved her head really bad.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and I have alopecia. Alopecia is an autoimmune disorder that causes your body's immune system to somehow, for whatever reason, think that your hair is a foreign body or a virus. And so it'll keep attacking and attacking and attacking until the hair dies and it falls out.
So I feel with alopecia, sometimes you can feel a little bit of a tingling sensation or just a slight burn or a dull numbing almost. And so I feel that there is no treatment, nor is there any cure for alopecia. All of this is from the top of my head and the back, in the back of my hair. So there's just a lot of them that was in old clumps, and it just feels, God, you can still see all the little hair roots.
I remember very clearly the first day it happened. It was at the very end of my 8th grade year, and I was in gym class. I was hanging out with 2 of my female friends, and we just finished up running, and most of the time I end up sweating a lot on my head, and with sweat I get a little itchy. I remember reaching behind my head and I scratched one spot that was quite irritated at the time. And then I noticed I felt almost something release from my scalp. And I withdrew my hand and I looked down and I saw at least 8 hairs within my hand. I just brushed it off at that time. However, I didn't realize that it was going to get much worse from there. Every time I washed my head, whenever I scratched it, whenever I just brushed it with my hand, more and more would come out.
I would hear people talking about me. I would hear people whispering about me, saying like, oh my God, look at her. What is wrong with her? I wanted to feel good about myself when I looked in the mirror, but I couldn't, no matter how hard I tried, because all I saw was this ugly bald girl. And so I wanted to be able to go on a place, even if it was online, where I just felt normal for once, instead of people just seeing me as the bald girl. Good boy! Yay! Oh, he's a good boy. Do you remember what I said?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, is that what I said?
Pretty basic.
Very basic?
Really basic.
Okay.
And the conversation kind of went to along the lines of, what brought you to my little corner of the web? And then you said, I thought you were pretty.
Yeah, something like that. I remember the feeling I had when I first Skyped him as well. I was very scared because I didn't really inform him about what I looked like. A part of me didn't want to start Skyping him just because I was so afraid, like, oh, the moment the camera comes on, that's it. He is out the door. You literally said nothing. And I kind of was looking at you for a little bit, like, waiting for you to say something to me. But you never did. And that was the first time ever since my condition started that someone didn't even question it. This was one of our first dates, I think.
I don't remember when that was, honestly.
Yeah, it was at some point I was visiting you. You treat me like a normal teenage girl.
She thanks me all the time for treating her like a normal human being.
And this is a photo that we took together. I was having a lot of fun there. That was a fun day at the park.
When I first saw her in the video chat, I thought she was really cute. So does the alopecia bother me? No, it's never bothered me. And I like your hairlines. Love the patterns in it. I kind of grew up a grungy kid, so if I could get her into some jeans without her getting all sour and a leather jacket, like we could totally go do the punk rock thing, and that would be awesome.
Thanks.
people treat me normally here, and I'm very grateful for that. And I love the clean air. I love how everyone is so accepting of one another.
After I met my now fiancé, I was becoming much more confident within myself. I felt beautiful, and I think people gravitated towards that because for the first time, I genuinely felt good about myself. I'm just lucky to be alive in a society where people are mostly accepting and don't bat an eye.
You are a spectacle, to be sure, but not for the reasons you think you are.
You help me feel like my true self and who I want to be and who I strive to be. And I thank you so much for that.